Hello. So today we'll be launching an EC2 Windows instance in the AWS cloud. I'm going to teach you how to launch the EC2 Windows instance in the AWS region. I will also show you how to connect to the Windows instance from a Mac. So I'm using a Mac laptop, Mac operating system, and I'll be connecting to the Windows instance using a remote desktop application. Before we get into that, I would like to just define a few keywords. First one being EC2. What is an EC2 instance? An EC2 is a web service that provides scalable computing capacity in the cloud, and it allows users to run virtual servers to host applications, websites, and other services. The next keyword is instance. An instance is a virtual server that you can launch to run applications and workloads, which is created from Amazon Machine Image, which is AMI, which I will define, and it is defined by an instance type. So, what is an instance type? An instance type is basically it specifies the hardware configurations such as the CPU, the memory, the storage, and the networking for an instance, and it allows you to choose the right resources that's needed for the application. What is AMI? AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image, and it is a pre-configured template that you can use to create an instance, and it has the operating system, it has the application server, and it has the other necessary software. What is a security group? A security group um, is acts as a virtual firewall, and this defines the allowed inbound and outbound traffic to your instance, and this helps you secure your application so that nobody who doesn't have authorized access can access it. And a key pair is consists of a public and a private key that you can use to securely access and manage your instances, ensuring that only authorized users can log in. So now that we've gone through the keywords, I will begin launching the EC2 instance. So first we need to log into the AWS management console, which I've done so, and next I'm going to choose the US East 1 region, which I already was. After that, we're going to search for EC2, and we go, and we're going to launch an instance. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to name this instance 1, and after that the application and the OS image. So this is the AMI, and this is the template that has the software configuration such as the operating system, application, and application server. You can search for different AMIs, as there's many people create. There's a whole marketplace and a whole community of people upload different AMIs. And we have some quick starts ones here. So the one we're doing is the Windows. Leave this as it is the free tier version. Next to instance type. So the instance type we're going to go for is the T2 micro. There's different instance types that you can scale up to depending on how powerful you need it to be. So as you can see, this has different memories and it has different CPU settings. But the one we're going to go for is the T2 micro, as it's the free tier. Next, we're going to create a key pair, but I already have an existing one, that I've downloaded. So we're just going to use this one, instance one, keep it. This is going to be used to decrypt the password, and we can use a decrypted password to connect to our instance to make sure it is securely connected to. Next, we have the network settings, and we want to keep this as the default. And the subnet we're going to connect to is the US East 1A, which is the one closest to us. Next, there's the firewall or security groups. Let's create a new one. Make sure it is RDP and make sure the source is 000. This will allow all IP addresses to access the instance. And this is good for now, just so we can access it. But if you wanted to only allow one person or a few people to access it, then you would change these settings so that only they could access it. Next, after that, it should be all good. This should be, we'll keep it all as default, and we'll begin to launch the instance. Okay, so while the instance is loading, we're just going to have to, here's one I made earlier, but we're going to be waiting for this to come up. It's going to connect to it. Just going to do 2 checks that we need to wait for. Take a few minutes. Yes, now it's running. Now it's going to check if it can connect to it. After this, in the meantime, so now that I'm just going to let this load, but once it's ready, that means we've created the instance, so we just need to connect to it. But since it is a Windows instance and I am on a Mac, we're going to add it here. And if you are created, we'll just wait for it to connect first of all. Should be any minute now. Okay, now it's done both the checks. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this IP address and put it as the PC name. Then I've got a few here, but we're going to create a new user account to log into. And if you go to the instance and go to security, go to here. We're going to first get the Windows password that we need. So remember, we created a key pair initially. I created it beforehand, but here's the key pair needed to decrypt the password. Once we upload the key pair, we get the username and the password. So here's the username, paste that there, and the decrypted password, paste that there. There we go. Yes, no problem. We continue. And we are now connecting to the EC2 instance that we created. It's going to take a little while just to load up. Okay, perfect. There we go. We have connected to our instance. Oh, there we go. Let it finish loading up. And there we go. We've connected to our Windows EC2 instance. Let me just shut it down. And make sure we terminate it now. Go to here and just terminate the EC2 instance. There we go. Thank you for watching my video.